Yeah, so man, oh Jern, what's been going on, man?
Good morning. Good morning there, good people. Good morning. Good morning. Well, we are here. We are here. We are here. Views from the 22 live here on the Views from the 22 channel. We rediscovered the Views from the 22 channel, y'all. Now, that being said, the Scene channel will be back in action here. We just trying to get a couple of things situated and taken
Like,
care of.
share, and subscribe, by the way.
Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all do that. All the good stuff, man. But you know what it is. True Man False World reporting live from the scene. We got DVR Czar, Trav in the building. Uh the crew is out and about. They got some business they had to take care of. But don't worry, I got y'all. Deion Sanders of sports coverage is in the building. We are here. Best cover man since Deion. That's what I am.
Y'all start
All
putting
right.
y'all in a portal.
So at the end of the day, Trav, man, how's it going, man? What's going on, man?
Hey, man, everything is good, man. I'm talking about everything is good. I mean, just life, work, ready to get the holidays out the way. Um, just hoping everybody else is good out there in the world. And hey, man, week 14, we here.
It's a lot that we can discuss really about this week coming up. We got Tampa coming off a big emotional win last week.
Oh,
With
very.
I mean, it's a game they needed. They had to have it. Tampa is going 6-6 today. They are 6-6 as of today, and they have a huge test today against the 49ers. And it's going to be an interesting situation. We're just going to call it what it is. We got Cleveland coming off that emotional win from Deshaun Watson's debut for the season. Cleveland is trending in a direction in which they are 5-7 right now currently. If Cleveland wins this game today, they will be 6-7, one game away from being 500, and they have to close out this year against majority. And they got 3 games remaining after today with division opponents. Well, to include today, 3 games remaining with division opponents. So if you mess around and you close this thing out and you can win these division games,
Got a
those
shot.
division games are going to be what puts you right where you need to be. Um, the Ravens, they're in a really interesting situation. Tyler Huntley's the quarterback today. It looks like it's going to be. Lamar Jackson could be out for this week, next week, and a week after. We don't know yet. Um, the Ravens are in one of those situations again where he bet on himself this year. We hope that there's nothing bad that comes out of him betting on himself, but with him betting on himself in this way and then going down with this injury, how does that affect the contract? How does that affect talks? Considering he has not played a full season in quite a few years. We got a lot that we can talk about. So, Trav, let's start right there. Let's start right there at the pinnacle of where a lot of the controversy is. And let's talk about that is of Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. This is your opportunity. You are on top of the division again. I think this is the 3rd year in a row they've been on the top of the division. And if they are to reel again this year and end up not making the playoffs or going in as a lower seed, what does that say for the quarterback and what does that say for the organization?
Oh, man, it's kind of one of those double-edged swords as such. I mean, when you're betting on yourself, you gotta perform at its best, at its best, as far as the decision making of, okay, if I bet on myself, am I gonna get the money? Am I gonna get the money? And then when you win it, it's like, aha, I told you so. But now when you don't get that return on investment, something like this happens, then it's like on the other end, it's like, yeah, we did right the first way. You don't want to wish no injury on no player, because the best thing to a player is his health. And the second best is his money. So, Germ, I'm just gonna say it like this. It's one of them catch-22s. I don't really have a real definite answer. I want him to get his money, Germ. I really want Lamar Jackson to get his money. But at the same time, if he's not doing what the other quarterbacks are doing and that organization sees fit, you kind of understand. I understand both ways, John. I just understand both ways.
Well, absolutely. I not only understand both sides of this, but the big thing for me is this. I don't want anybody to go and take this and turn this into something that is not. And that is what we're not going to do here in this particular situation. Because, we got a real good way and a real good thing and a real good understanding when it comes to people in society and how they like to flip things and turn things into something that it don't have to be. That's not where we at with this.
Mm-hmm.
This thing right here is bigger than Nino Brown. It's bigger than that. It's a bigger thing because Lamar has definitely earned an extension, right? He was a league MVP. He has been a big part of the culture and why they are winning. He's a part of the winning. Now, the other part of this is, too, you still have to say, even with him being a former MVP and being a part of the winning culture,
mm-hmm.
there are things that he does on the field that translates to wins, and there are things that he does on the field that translates to losses. That is every player, but he plays the most important position on the field. So you ask yourself, where is the happy medium? You're Baltimore, you don't like giving fully guaranteed contracts to players, and you don't like giving big money to players that have not won things
mm-hmm.
that you covet as a organization. Mm-hmm. You don't covet as an organization a league MVP, mm-hmm. but you covet a Lamar Hunt trophy. You covet a Super Bowl, a Lombardi. And he hasn't led them to either one of those. So are those things a reason why he may not get the money he's supposed to get? Or will they use the injury excuse? Mm-hmm. Because he has not played a full season ever. In fact, he sat out week 17 or 16 in the year he won MVP, and RG3 started that game against the Steelers. Just so we know. So, Trav, I'm interested to know what will happen with that. I'm going to keep my eye on that. But Baltimore, you're in a you better special. You better take care of business today.
Yeah, they better.
You gotta beat Pittsburgh in this game today, because Pittsburgh has been one team that has been your Achilles heel. And not only that, Pittsburgh is in a situation where they're starting to catch some fire. So all of these games in this AFC North are starting to mean a lot more than you think. And Cincinnati, you are not excused. Cincy, you in this division currently, if I'm not mistaken, is 1-3. Cincinnati is right now currently 1-3. They've lost to the Browns already. They've already lost to the Ravens, and they've already lost to the Steelers. So you're talking about a team that is currently 1-3 currently in their division, if not 0-3.
Right.
You cannot go into January and think you're going to be successful if you don't finish 500 or better in your division. This is a must-win game for Cincinnati today.
It's a must-win for all that North division, really.
Well, they all playing against each other.
That's the thing.
So this is going to be a really interesting.
That's what it's all about. I mean, you look at the scenario, they must win because it's this separation. Now, who are the wins more important for? I have the answer to that. It's going to be Baltimore and Cincinnati. Who are they more important for in that North? Yes, Baltimore and Cincinnati. Because they have a chance to put their competition out of sync with another loss, especially Cleveland and Pittsburgh. They get that loss. Oh, they go down. It's going to be like a separation of maybe about 2 to 3 games. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, it'll be about a 2-game separation.
2 game separation.
Because
Yes.
this what we're looking at now, as I sit here and I look at everything right here, what it looks like to me is right now, as I look at their division is pretty much in a situation where Cleveland and Pittsburgh at 5-7, and Bengals and Ravens are at 8-4. So the Bengals in this particular situation, they need like 3 of their losses are against the AFC North.
AFC North division.
So that means, I just want y'all to understand, put this into perspective, right? And I'm not even trying to be funny. The Bengals have beaten every team that they have played outside the AFC North, but the Cowboys. And that was a game they should have won. The Bengals are so much better, right? The only definitive ass whooping, but remember, the Bengals beat the Dolphins. The only definitive ass whooping that the Bengals got was against the Browns on Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
The Bengals should have beat the Ravens in that Sunday night game, in which they lost that game because they didn't kick the damn field goal. So we talking again about a team that's 8-4. That's probably a 1-loss team.
Ain't gonna
in
lie.
the perfect world.
Ain't gonna lie. Should have won the first game of the season.
And that was against Pittsburgh. So again, what can I say? This is not a situation where the Bengals take care of the business outside of the division so well that they may mess around and be 2-4 and still get in they may mess around and win 1 game in their division. 2 games in their division.
And be in the playoffs.
And end up in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's very.
And Cleveland, I'm going to be honest, Cleveland is another team. You've lost 3-4 games that you had no business losing. That is the reason why you are reeling rather than why you are not in a position to where you cannot give up any more ground.
Was that Detroit? They lost that game. They had a big lead or something like that.
It was the Jets.
The Jets. That was the Jets. That's right. They had the huge lead, and they just stopped.
And the kicker missed the extra point, and they end up losing by 1 point.
That was the beginning of the end.
Not including the Falcons game.
Blew the Falcons game also.
Blew the Ravens game. Cleveland blew a lot. I mean, pause. This is what it is. This is what it is. You can call a spade a spade.
Oh, man. Hey, man. Next subject, please. Next game on the docket.
So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna take our talents and we're gonna start with the AFC North. We're just gonna go ahead and start there. Might as well. We got the Ravens traveling to Pittsburgh. We're gonna be real. This is a game that it's a you better on both sides. If you Pittsburgh, you better take advantage of the fact Lamar ain't playing.
Exactly.
And if you're the Ravens, you better take advantage of the fact that you have invested so much into this defense that you need this defense to be the catalyst for your success while Lamar is gone. But the sad part about it is the defense has always been a big catalyst for Baltimore's success. Mm-hmm. We just seem to forget about that because we're trying to boost up a player rather than looking at the organization as a whole and saying, hey, they have all of the goods in order for them to be able to make this happen. Mm-hmm. Trav, who you rolling with today?
Ooh. Give me Pittsburgh, man. Let's make this. Give me Pittsburgh to make the division interesting. It's just something about Pittsburgh. They have a number, man. As long as Mike Tomlin on that sideline, he gonna make them players get up he gonna rally them troops around it and make them play some of their best ball against Baltimore. You're gonna see you'll see something spectacular come from number 39 all of a sudden. in a game like this.
Okay, I'm gonna roll with the Steelers as well. I can't pick against the Steelers. No Lamar, this is the year. If you ask me, this is the year that if you Lamar, this is the year you say, I'm gonna get off this snide against Pittsburgh. Give me the Steelers today. I just think that this is the ultimate opportunity for them to be able to hang tight in the division in which everybody's rooting for Mike Tomlin to lose. So I want to see him win for that same reason. So give me Pittsburgh, and again, a very, very, very AFC North-like showdown, 16-13.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next game on the docket. Cleveland traveling to the Nasty Natty, as they call it. I'm going to be real, and I'm just going to go ahead and pick. I think Cleveland going to whoop their ass today. Cleveland, for some reason, got Cincinnati's number. I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, every time Cleveland plays against Cincinnati, they flip on their ass. And it just don't matter who the quarterback is. It don't matter who it is. Like, it's almost like it's law. But I'm picking Cleveland today, but I'm picking Cleveland in a much tighter game. I think we get a classic Burrow-Watson game today, which gives us that showdown that we're going to get for the AFC North crown.
For at least 3 more years.
Coming up.
For at least 3 more years.
Yes. Give me Cleveland 31, Cincinnati 29. I want to see a great game today.
This is going to be a slugfest. Like, you're going to see the explosion, but you're going to see the defense on both ends, because I don't know how to stop 95, man, for the Cleveland Browns. He gonna get his. And every time they play Cincinnati, he has a big game. I'm talking about him and Joe Burrow have a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
They have a relationship. Like, they have a relationship where he's going to give him a lot of hugs. He loves hugging Joe Burrow. I
mean, this is the Lester Stewart Jr. Invitational. You know, this is the grass stain jersey game.
Dude, what? Hey, you know what though? You go in Cleveland. I think the young fella finally figures it out. He's going through the growing pains of winning and losing. I think Joe and Chase finally figured it out this time. So give me Cincinnati, man. Give me Cincinnati.
I ain't mad at that. Look, if they figure it out, this is a good time to figure it out.
And this is week 14. I think your stars start being stars. This is where they kind of separate themselves, and you see the stars show up. So, yeah.
Hey, all right. Next game on the docket, we got a 10-2 Minnesota Vikings team going to one of the most entertaining teams in the league in Detroit, and the Lions. I'm sorry, Trav. Detroit is entertaining. They're entertaining.
Hey, man, St. Brown and Williams and what's my guy from Georgia, Swift? They offensive. They and then they got your boy DJ Chalk too, right?
Yep, Chalk. Yep.
Offensively, I have no problem with Detroit. They're gonna get you numbers. They're gonna get you 25 to 35 plus a game. They defense have to finish series. They defense have to put the offense in situations where they're at least 38, 39. They have to get them first 2 initial stops. If they do that, Detroit is they're a tough team. But Captain Kirk has finally earned his money without gluten-free stats. He's getting it. He got the weapons to prove it. He has the most ultimate weapon in Justin Jefferson. I mean, you got FSU Finance in the backfield. He's getting backed up by the other guy. And Minnesota know how to get stops when it's time. Give me Minnesota in the blue and black game, man. Give me Minnesota. Give me Minnesota.
So check this out. Detroit is in a situation where they're not going to play a spoiler if they win today because Minnesota's so far ahead in this division, it doesn't matter what happens today. But the beautiful thing for Minnesota is if you're Minnesota, these are games that just help you stay on pace with Philly, just in case Philly falls a couple of weeks.
Right.
And you mess around with a bye. You take care of your business at the beginning. You don't got to worry about it later. Ain't that what we
Boy, you
say?
sound like a poet. You sound like a poet that's been on this show a couple of times. You sound like, I don't know his name, but you sound like a poet that's been on this show a couple of times. I mean, I'll let you get, hey, I'm just saying, you sound like a poet that's been on this show. That's so 3 times.
I'm going to roll with Minnesota today. I'm gonna roll with Minnesota today, but I think we get a good game. I think we get a good nice, 34-28 game. And because you have to score against Detroit to beat them. And the beautiful thing about this is Detroit has all of the nice little pieces here that make this an interesting game because they can test you all over the field. They make you defend every blade of grass. And for everybody out there who is so against Jared Goff playing some good ball. So it's time for you. Let's be consistent. But where's all of mine? Let's keep the same energy, people at.
They ain't going to keep it because the simple fact that the guy they traded for actually won a Super Bowl last year. So they ain't going to do that. But we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there with that because that guy there is out for the year. So from what I'm looking at. So, hey, man, shout out to all the viewers. Shout out to all the viewers on here. Cat 5, I see you. Broadway Joe Mabry, I see you. Tanya, we see you on here, man. Y'all keep the comments going. We see you going, man.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to have time at the end to address comments or bring questions.
Yes.
And make sure y'all tell everybody to come on in. The water's fine. Next game, Jets going to Buffalo. Buffalo is in a similar situation as Cincinnati. Majority of Buffalo's losses have come against their division. They've lost to the Jets. They've lost to the Dolphins. They beat the Patriots. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they're 2-2 in their division, in which I'm just looking at this Buffalo team, and I'm saying to myself, this is a similar situation to Cincinnati. If you're going to take care of your business out of the conference, out of your division, then that's a beautiful thing. But we finished this year with the Patriots. We finished this year with the Dolphins, and then this game against the Jets. So currently, they are 1-2 in this division.
Ugh.
This is going to be really, really interesting because we're looking at a team where, I mean, you beat the Chiefs. So let's start there. You beat the Chiefs. You've beaten the Ravens. You just can't beat the guys in front of you. You can't beat these other guys. I mean, I low-key think that this Jets team is one of those teams that will give anybody trouble any given Sunday.
They play hard. They play hard. They
do.
Hard. They play
and hard. These coaches that have this wave of coaches that we have now with Robert, with Dan Campbell over in Detroit, they're giving these players the energy that they need to be able to go out here and compete every Sunday. And that is something that we don't see often because we don't see all of these things going on the way that they've gone on in the league. The league has never had this level of energetic coach. Like these coaches are so energetic, they get you pumped up just to watch the game.
Mm-hmm.
Dan is out here eating clipboards for breakfast and stuff. It's just what it is.
You know what? We going back to Detroit with this, but I think that guy there, he knows his purpose. Like I think he knows. I mean, he's making them play to the point where they have a shot, but he knows if they don't have a shot, they gave it all they got going into this off season, this coming up here. and they're going to be better. And I want to see the same thing with the Jets. The Jets got one of my favorite young players. Y'all know who he is, man. Sauce Gardner, man. I want to see this guy travel 14. I want him to travel 14, man. I just want to see how this guy look because I'm gonna tell you like this. Looking at Sauce Gardner, he don't give up much. And this is the big boy league. This ain't Cincinnati. These are grown man he going up against. And he has been holding up, Jern. Number one for the Jets been holding up. So I'm gonna pick the Buffalo Bills on this, but I'm telling you, Sauce Gardner is going to be a very good player. I mean, how you thrive on Jair Alexander for Green Bay, he's one of them. He's one of them.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Because you know what I want to see as well? A lot of things with Sauce Gardner is him in zone coverage. So the thing that we want to see moving forward is we all want to see more man coverage responsibilities for him. And that's what it comes down to. But the problem with that is that may not be what the defense wants to do moving forward. So even with that being said, I think Buffalo is in a situation where they need to win today. You need to win today because you need this win for this division, because I don't know if you can beat Miami. I'm just going to be honest. You need to go ahead and finish 4-2 and just try to hope that you can avoid Miami at all costs, because I don't know if you can beat Miami. So this is a must win today for the Bills, in my opinion. I know you might say, oh, they're 9-3, but when we start going into 9-4 and you start looking at the fact that they got to play their other division rival next week, and you can see you potentially going down 9-5, and then now we're in a little bit of a rabbit hole, because now these other teams are starting to catch up. And right now, currently, Buffalo is the number 1 seed. Buffalo, don't you lose this number 1 seed, especially knowing that the team that gets in the big dance is probably going to be the Dolphins, and you know you don't want to play the Dolphins. You want them to be as high up as possible so you can try to avoid them at all costs. So I'm going to take Buffalo today. Give me a score of 24-17. I think we get a good game, though, and we're going to go on to the next game. Next game on the docket, we got the Texans traveling around the street, down the corner, or around the street, down the street, around the corner. So you see how we mix up words and stuff like that? Texans, Cowboys. We're not going to spend too much time on this. Cowboys, take care of business. Please, give me the Cowboys big, 41-12.
Cowboys, man. I'm like you said, we ain't finna stay too long on it. Cowboys should take care of business. I think they're finding their stride. Well, they ain't finding it. They in stride. I mean, for them to be in stride in one of the toughest conferences in the league right now, especially record-wise, this is good for them. This is good for them. This Cowboy team again should take care of business. So give me the Cowboys.
Next game on the docket, we got Philly traveling to New York to see the Giants. This is one of my games that I want to keep a very close eye on, because this Giants front seven is seriously, seriously good at making sure they contain quarterbacks and running games. But most importantly, this Giants team in general is just giving you everything you can handle every Sunday. They are very, very good. They are very well coached, and they are a very, very, very underrated and very sneaky team that can win any Sunday. If they get better, consistent play out of the quarterback position, they would be even more scary. And I'm a little shocked. I'm gonna say this, Trav. I'm a little shocked because it seems like, if I'm not mistaken, them and the Rams should be in a similar situation when it comes to waiver wires and they didn't take a swing at Baker. So I'm gonna check into that a little bit more.
I mean, the
But I
Rams, the
thought they for
Rams,
sure, for sure.
the Rams took Baker and won. The Rams took Baker and won. So I mean, the Rams, they did what they supposed to do. It seems like Baker is familiar with that offense.
I just think a good coach can put enough plays in a playbook in a week to make anybody look decent. So let's just see how it keeps going.
And especially, I mean, we're not gonna say Baker is a dumb guy because, of course, playing quarterback for one of the most prestige college schools that throws the ball the way they throw it, like in Oklahoma, and then come into the pros where the plays and the play calls are very difficult to interpret, very difficult to spit out and stuff like that. We're not gonna say he ain't stupid. Evidently, he's smart. You have a young guru on the sideline that can put up a package of 10 to 15 plays within a matter of 30 minutes and can get you well versed in it. And Sean McVay, is it surprising? Yeah, somewhat, being that the guy just came in a week. But when you know how to play quarterback, you know how to play quarterback. And Baker ain't the best quarterback, but he knows how to play quarterback. Just put him in the right positions. And that's where you know how we say coaches can win and lose games.
Mm-hmm.
But players are the ultimate people that can win and lose games as such.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of intertwine Thursday night. They both did what they supposed to do to win the ball game. That was a team win. That was a team win.
So now, shifting back to the game at hand. Giants, the magic number, if you ask me, for the Giants is 24. Mm-hmm. If the Giants score 24 points, they're going to be hard to beat because they're not going to give up more than 21 points. That is going to be the key. But if this becomes a shootout, that does not favor the Giants. That favors the Eagles. So I actually am going to pick the Giants today.
I'm not.
I think the Giants at home should be enough to give this Philly team all that they can handle. I think the biggest thing in this game is going to be containing the quarterback. And I think that they have the front seven and the personnel to make it interesting. Back in the safety play and everything like that, they have some really, really good players back there, very young. But I think this Giants defense is up for the task. Give me the Giants today, 24-21.
This group stands on one thing that I think, I guess Vic coined this, or you all coined this. It's no beef, no Lombardi. Who has the best front playing in this game right now? The best one.
Well, it's an argument.
It's an argument. But as of now, if we looking at it right now, I gotta ride with Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta ride with Philadelphia. They nasty up front. And it ain't the guard and it ain't the tackle that's the nastiest. The nastiest is at center. He's the nastiest dude out there. And man, it's so tough stopping Philadelphia when you have 1, 2, 3. You basically have a 4 running back rotation. The 3 running backs they got plus Jalen Hurts. And you got a dude acting like he Megatron out there, number 11, A.J. Brown, man. Psst. Dude, give me Philadelphia, man. Philadelphia stamps the way they stamp their division with this win right here. They stamp their division with this one.
Okay. Statement win. Okay. I'm not mad at that. So let's see. Hey, listen, I just want a good game.
Mhm.
Next game on the docket, Jags are traveling to Tennessee to see the Titans. The Jags are a sneaky, very talented team. Tennessee is the quietest over 500 in the playoff team you'll ever see in your life. But at the end of the day, I'm picking the Jags today. I think the Jags have a very, very, very sneaky good team. And I think today is the day for Tennessee to get got.
This is a game that they can get got. Jacksonville is like the AFC version of Detroit Lions, man. That's what they are.
Yeah.
They are. But I mean, it'd be like, God, how y'all lose that game? Y'all was right there.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have the talent. They just be a fumble away. They be that interception. They that one mistake away from winning a ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Tennessee, man. Give me Tennessee. Tennessee, keep it plain and simple with them. Just get a ball to your best players and go to work. Because Jacksonville it's like they're going to make a mistake. And once they make their mistake, that's their area. So give me Tennessee.
All right. Next game on the docket, we got the Chiefs traveling to Denver to play the Broncos. Now, why this is significant is because Kansas City notoriously in their division have a game against each one of these teams where they can't score points. And it just seems like in this situation right now, it just feels like this Broncos team is coming in with no expectation. They scored 9 points last week against Baltimore. And everybody pretty much is saying whatever to them. This could very well be the game that they come out and they score 25 points, 24 points, hold the Chiefs to 17 points or to 20 points, and give us a huge upset. I don't think it happens, though. I think the Chiefs blow these folks out.
I was
I
just
think
about
the
to say that
score
you
ends up
made that
13.
sound real damn good.
I know. Look, 33-13 Chiefs.
I honestly think that Denver has checked out. Denver has checked out of the whole let's ride parade. They have checked out. Like they don't believe. I don't think from what I'm looking at, they don't look like they believe in the in Russell. They don't believe. If you don't believe in your quarterback, the whole team quits. And we just talked about the center for one team, the best player on Kansas City. We may say Mahomes, but I'm gonna say Kelsey. That's just it's just the way it is with Kansas City. They got all these little gadgets, but for somehow, some way, number 87 still eats the most. Can't stop 87. You ain't gonna beat Kansas City. Give me Kansas City in this one, man. Big. Give me Kansas City in this
one. Okay. Next game. The Panthers traveling to Seattle. Seattle is in a fight for the division this year, which is very, very intriguing in itself. Meanwhile, the Panthers are just trying to keep up, keep hope alive, just in case the Buccaneers slide down a couple games or whatever the case is. And then, obviously, if you're Seattle, you want to take care of this because you want to stay in your division. You know that the 49ers got a tough game to get today against Tampa. And you know that it's going to be an interesting game in itself. So if you Seattle, just to try to keep ourselves where we need to be and try to keep ourselves in contention, give me Seattle today. With a score at 27-20, I think that they're able to score enough points, just enough just to make sure that they ensure and secure the victory.
Y'all know I ain't picking Carolina. Give me Seattle.
All right. next game on the docket, we're gonna go to the night game first, and then we'll follow up with the game of the week. We got the Dolphins traveling to the Chargers in LA. Now, this is why this is interesting. If we look at this game from a personnel perspective, the Dolphins should wipe the floor with the Chargers. However, we know how this goes. This is the game that Justin Herbert and the Chargers come out and throw for 500 yards and throw the ball all over the field or something like that. It could be anything that happens here. Trav, go ahead, jump in there. What you thinking?
This is a shootout waiting to happen. When you say personnel, you got Eckler, you got Mostert and Junior over here on the other side. These offenses kind of mirror each other when they're clicking. It's just the fact that you got two of the fastest people on the wideouts, but you got productivity over here on this side. If this game is close, give me Miami. If this game is close, give me Miami. Because one thing about Justin Herbert, you give him that ball in a 2-minute drill, he's going to throw you a pick. He's going to throw you a pick. Give me Miami, though, man. Give me Miami.
I'm taking Miami, too, because I think that the game has to be close. Because I don't think that the Chargers would come out and surprise Miami with anything that they do offensively. I think Miami defensively is, with the new additions and the pieces that they've already gotten, I think they're in a unique situation and in a unique spot, because I think that they can literally, at whatever point, kind of just decide, hey, we're not willing to accept any of this stuff that you guys are doing currently, and we're going to push the envelope and make sure we get pressure on y'all quarterback. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to roll with Miami as well.
Don't be surprised. You may see Dan Fouts and Kellen Winslow and Bob Greasy and all them come out today. Don't be surprised, because this is gonna be a shootout. The last time these folks was at a shootout like this, the San Diego players were catching cramps left and right, and they still pulled off a win. But this is a whole different year, whole different generation, whole different ball game. Give me Miami again. Give me Miami on this
one. All right. Next game on the docket. Last game for the week until we go to the Monday night game, which will be tomorrow. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to San Francisco to see all about these 49ers. Now, why this is an important game. If you Tampa Bay and you coming into this game right now and you saying to yourself, we have a lot of work to do on both sides of the ball. We got a lot of things we need to clean up. A lot of things we need to focus on. The one thing that I'm starting to see here with this Tampa Bay football team is that their problem has more to do with how they play in the middle of the game more than it does anywhere else. Opening drives, we getting good opening drives. We getting good drives late in the game, but we can't sustain drives in the middle of the game, the second quarter, third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter. We got to be able to do something. So with the 49ers, they're a run-first team, and their run is going to set up their pass.
Mm-hmm.
So what you have to do is you have to be able to stop the run and make this rookie quarterback show you what he's all about.
Mm-hmm.
The issue here is that Tampa Bay's offensive line is beat up, and the 49ers defensive line is
the strongest in the league. The strongest in the league.
So now the problem goes, this is a battle of a strength versus a weakness because it's not already been a weakness to begin with, but now it's even more of a
It's the weakest.
yes. Trav, I'm gonna let you go ahead, man. Go ahead and handle your business, man. Go ahead. Say what you need to say.
The thing with Tampa, especially, I'm not even worried about the defensive end because we know what we got to do. We have to stop the run. And God damn it, if Carlton Davis is on Deebo Samuels, help him. Help him. But that's the defensive end. We know what to do. The offensive end is one word, John. It's called pace. When we holding up in the on first down and second down, we slow the pace. If you seen that Monday night, what was Tampa best at doing?
No huddle, 2-minute drills.
2-minute drills. You ain't got to be all huddle, but if you got a couple of hand signs and the players know what's up, Brady gonna adjust the line. Just get a little bit faster. Everything's a little bit faster. Because when all this fails, when the pace is faster, Brady thinks the best doing it. And that's when he started hitting his hot routes to the running backs. That's where he started hitting his hot routes to the wide receivers, to Chris Godwin. And then when you getting that pace going, and then you sneak that run in, that's where the play action comes. And when the play action comes, we got Mike, man. But Bosa, oh God, we ain't got Tristan Wirfs. We ain't got nobody. We got nobody. We ain't gonna be able to run the ball because we ain't got nobody. We got a dude from Walmart. We got a dude from CVS. We ain't got nobody, man. Dude, we got to go up against Joey Bosa, man, and Fred Warner. We got to go up against them, not including the other nasty ones up front also. Dude, it's tough. It's tough. But I gotta be right. Right now, I gotta pick the 49ers, man. I gotta pick the 49ers. But Tampa, please shock me. Please give Brady a coming home present. Give Thomas Edward Brady a coming home present, man. Get this win, man. Get this win. On the show, I'm picking San Francisco. In my heart, I gotta ride with my boys, man.
I'm taking Tampa Bay in an upset.
No,
I'm taking Tampa Bay in an upset today. Tampa Bay 27, San Francisco 17.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Listen. So just know that as a Tampa Bay fan, that you have now been put at the suspect list on the
I'm just being fair. I'm being fair, but at the same time, though, it's dude.
But here's the other thing. You taking San Francisco is cool. Don't get me wrong.
No, it's just the fact that
you're taking a good team. But the thing is, Tampa Bay has one thing going for them, and you just said it. It's pace. If Brady running a 2-minute and you get to have them running around that field sideline to sideline all game, by the fourth quarter, the legs get a little tighter.
That's what I need, but I'm afraid that they're gonna still huddle up. Wait till about three or 2 seconds. You giving that defense rest. When Brady is in a fast-paced deal, it's
Brady know
it's magic.
Brady know what he need to do.
I think he knows what he need to do. I think they've seen it. Because that New Orleans team is tough defensively. They're very tough. They're very talented. This defense is just as talented as them.
Hey, just as talented, but they're better.
That's
And
what I'm saying.
faster.
They're just as better. So
you talking about going up. You going from one to the next week. The difference is this is 2 weeks in a row. You're going up against a team that's solid on both ends of the ball at the line of scrimmage. So what you got to do is you got to minimize your mistakes. You got to minimize your turnovers. You have to minimize the things that you do and don't do well, and then we go from there.
That's it. So I mean, we're gonna see. We'll see. And that's a 325 game, correct?
Yep, sure is. And now we turn it over to the viewers. Any questions, any concerns, anything y'all want to know before we jump off?
Again,
we got. Listen, this has been an efficient show, so we got a little time.
We've been on it. We've been on it. I see a couple of comments. I see KG up in there saying Detroit defense has played players since they fired their secondary coach. They've been playing a little bit better, and also Minnesota has been making the person sweat for the past few weeks, which they have. Of course, Tanya told us why we spending so much time on certain games. We should be. We're not. But man, again, we love our viewers, man. Keep viewing, man. Again, like, share, subscribe to Views from the 22 on Facebook and on Twitter and
Instagram.
on YouTube. We everywhere, man. We gonna be popping show. When we get these folks right, they're gonna be popping on everywhere. So don't worry about it. They just got life hitting them upside the head. That's what life does. So Jerm, anything you got to say, man?
Man, this is going to be a really, really good week. So make sure you guys are tuned in. Make sure you guys paying attention. Tomorrow, I want to be live for a good hour and some change because I want to dive into this week. This is a big week. This week 14 is a huge week of football for a lot of teams. And we got some teams that need to win out in order for them to really be able to push the envelope right now. So I'm looking forward to seeing what everything is going to look like. But the biggest thing here is, hey man, whoever your team is, you need them to win this week. This is a big week. This is the week that starts the big stretch to get down to the end of the year. Right? So from Trav, from Germ, from Vic, from Mo, who can't be here, this is Views from the 22.